Now, a bigger challenge when we're building these kinds of applications, though, as I said, was how to manage the mapping of all of those operations you might want to do, creating, updating, and deleting. So we've added another feature called data management on the client in the Gumbo release that allows us to create a mapping between all of the kind of data management operations that would happen in the client application to the corresponding operations back on the server, so that we as the developers never have to worry about it. The Flex application actually manages all of those interactions for us. So I can say, here's my create item method, here's my get properties method, here's my update, and here's my delete operation. And when I finish, you'll see that this icon has changed now to show that that's a managed data type. So if I wanted to start allowing the user to be able to modify the data here, I could add a save button that would automatically handle calling it back to the server. So we'll call that save. And one other problem that I know that some folks have struggled with when moving into Flex from a product like Cold Fusion is handling events. So you'll notice we have another new feature where I right-click on this button and I have Generate Event Handler. So it's automatically stubbed out the clicked event behind the scenes on that button for me. So now I can tell the application what to do when the user clicks save. So I'm going to refer to my service, click dot, and you'll see we have code insight on all of the operations that actually exist on the server side, including this commit method, which will automate handling all of the different operations, creating, updating, deleting, and inserting new rows in our database. So you'll see here, now I'll be able to edit that grid. Call that the Tower of Austin, and so forth. Click Save, refresh. And so now with one line of code, I've added the functionality to handle all of that data management within my Flex application. But finally, if you don't believe me that there's actually all of this happening behind the scenes, I'm going to show you one more new feature here. This is our network monitor. So it's been very difficult at times to know what's happening when the client is requesting information back to the server. But by enabling this network monitor and then running the application again in debug mode, as I start changing the data again and click Save, back here in Flex Builder, in the network monitor, you'll see all of those operations have been logged for me. Being able to get the data that was sent back and forth. So a great tool for debugging your applications and really starting to understand what was going on. Now the last piece I want to show is, I'm of course not a great designer, but this doesn't look so good considering that we have the background from Catalyst. So what I want to do now is apply a theme. Themes have been a little bit difficult to work with in the past, but a new feature here will allow me to apply a theme to my entire project right from within Builder. We've got a number of amazing sample themes that our friends at Effective UI and Juan Sanchez, call out to Juan, did for us in record time. That's going to be available for download for labs. So if I click OK and browse through those themes and run the application now, this is a really dramatically new way to apply those themes to the project and save me a lot of time in getting a nice, effective design. So here's our new version of that application that matches with the EcoTours theme. Okay? There we go. There's our application.
I need to fix your code. 1 second.
Agent F.
Yes?
That's not Flex Builder.
Oops.
What is that? Are you some sort of double agent? Visual Studio?
Uh-oh, I've been outed. Yeah, this is actually Visual Studio. Visual Studio developers want to build Flex applications too. And a partner of ours, Ensemble, has built a plugin called Tofino, which fits into Visual Studio, and as you see, does the color coding for XML, has a real debugger also, and so this is actually available in pre-release. You can go to visit Ensemble in the partner area, and this way Visual Studio developers can start building Flex apps as well. But actually I want to show you something else, and this is not ready for prime time yet. It's something we're working on. It's kind of a longer term project, but it's working. Look at this code over here. This is a Flex front end, and look at the backend code. This is C#. This is not anything you've seen currently on the back ends. And if I run the app, up comes the application, loads the Flex app, and I can get data via AMF. This is AMF over to a .NET backend, a native .NET implementation of AMF to C#, and the intent is to build this further and put in some of the messaging functionality in Blaze as well, and this is coming down the line, stay tuned. The key here is this, right? Thank you. Here's the key. .NET developers also want to build applications with engaging experiences, and the truth is, they haven't really had a usable, viable client technology. Right? And so it's sad. And so we're going to allow them to really take advantage of Flex as well.
Sounds fair to me. All right.
All right then.